What up, everybody? It's me, Dre, Life Consultationer, trademarked. Hope y'all having a good day. Just smoking on some tobacco here on my tobacco pipe. That dark 70. This that smells like brownies. Pretty good, pretty good. So, been meaning to make more videos here lately. Haven't been able to. My chair broke. Had to wait for the new one to get here. That stupid ass storm that we had made it take even longer to get here. But here we are, February 1st, Black History Month. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. So for me, with Black History Month, um, like when I was younger, I went to an all-black school. Literally, I think at one point, like we had like one white girl there, like right before we went on to middle school. So it was 99.9% black kids at the school. And even then, Black history was still regulated to just the 1 month. But as everybody knows, Black history is American history. Just like Native American history is American history. Italian American history is American history. White American history is American history. Is that pipe it out? That lit back up. So, what I did is I asked ChatGPT, why is Black History Month bad? Even though, again, it's not bad. It's just, you know, regulated to 1 month when it should be the whole year. And it says, Black people usually say Black History Month is bad for a very specific reason. Not because Black History Month itself is bad, but because of how the month is framed or used. Here are the main criticisms you'll hear explained plainly. So we have 5 criticisms here. I'm going to read them off, read what it says, and then kind of give you my little viewpoint on that. It can feel tokenized? What? Incising? Tokenized. So, basically, critics argue that putting Black History Month into 1 month can imply this is extra history, not real history. Or that the black contributions are an add-on instead of central or national history. Some people feel it unintentionally boxes black history off rather than integrating it year round, which that's what I was saying. In schools and stuff, that is normally how that goes. Um, when we were learning about Black History Month, or Black history, still new to doing this, so not real great at lighting it yet. So again, we would learn about Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, the big three, per se, for black history. But it would never really go any further than that. Yeah, we would read, books by black authors every once in a while, things like that, but it was mostly relegated to then. Instead of celebrating what that inventor did the day it was invented or patented or anything like that. So I get that. But again, like I said, I know a lot of people don't do that. And like I've already said, everybody knows black history is American history. Now, for the second thing, it lets institutions do the bare minimum, like I was saying. We celebrate in February, then ignore it the rest of the year. Schools, companies, media post a few quotes, highlight the same five figures: MLK, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, etc. See, that's what I was saying. Then move on without deeper ongoing engagement. So the month can become performative instead of meaningful. So see, that's what that's saying. And so I could be considered guilty of that too, saying how I'm doing this in Black History Month instead of doing it last month or the month before that, anything like that. But I kind of want to start theming things out on my channel. I've been doing a lot of political stuff. I did a funny video, which I really like doing that, so I'll probably do more of those. But this is Black History Month, so I figured I'm gonna try to post something every single day about Black History Month. Even if I'm watching like a funny video or something, I'll still try to throw something Black History wise in there. You feel me? But yeah, schools, companies, everything does that. Quotes here, putting up pictures there. As soon as Black History Month is over, take it out. Or it's mostly just Valentine's Day stuff, and then the Black History stuff is just sent like through the company. Like here's a black quote every day or every other day, once a week, something like that. So I understand that. But again, I don't think it's just people being malicious. It's just that when you think about it, they're not celebrating white inventors like that. I mean, they just get quoted randomly throughout the year for random stuff that they have said. And it should be the same with black inventors, black civil rights leaders, just black people who've done great things. Like, it doesn't really need to be, oh, we forgot about them, and now here this month, let us teach about them or put their quotes up, put pictures of them up. So for the third one, it can overly simplify or sanitize history. Black History Month often focuses on inspirational stories, safe heroes, progress narratives. Critics say this avoids systemic racism, ongoing inequality, radical or uncomfortable parts of history that can distort reality rather than educate honestly. And that's true. And hell, here's another quote. If we forget history, then we're doomed to repeat it. So all the bad stuff that's happened, slavery, the horrors of the civil rights movement of when it was trying to happen, them sicking dogs on people, things like that. That stuff doesn't need to be forgotten. It don't got to be talked about every single day, but it still needs to be made mention of. Excuse me. Especially during Black History Month. We only want to talk about the good stuff that happened. Bad stuff happened to everybody. Like, if you're going to make it a month, then it should include everything. And that I 100% agree with. Like I'm in Oklahoma, and on Black Wall Street, there's that Race Massacre Museum. It's a very good thing to go see. People should see stuff more like that. I know there's other museums like that that I want to go to throughout the country, but still, there's these type of things in places that aren't getting promoted because, honestly, it's sad as shit. I mean, you hear the people talking about what happened, but that's part of history, Black history and American history. That happened. Hell, like I said, I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We didn't learn about what happened on Black Wall Street. We learned that there was a Black Wall Street, but not what went down. So, again, it's just stuff like that. The bad stuff isn't getting talked about. But we did talk about all Black Wall Street, this, Black Wall Street, that, how prominent it was, and it was like, what happened? But that was never talked about or taught in schools. Here we are with the fourth thing. It can imply black history, American history, or world history. I guess imply that it's not part of those things. Some people argue that black history is American history and global history. Yeah, there's no need, you can't argue that. It is. Black history is American history. And since it happened on the planet, it's global history. So separating it reinforces the idea that whiteness is the default. And the second thing it says is treats black experiences as special interest history. I guess I can kind of see that. But I don't even really think that it. I guess it does kind of make it seem like white history is default history and that black history is extra. Before the most part, if more places, more people would use, black quotes and talk about black inventors, black Olympians, all these other things, black philosophers, all these other type of influential black people and things that they've done, then it can make it more. What's the word I'm looking for? It can make it seem, not seem, because it is, bring it into more mainstream media type thing. A lot of people don't get that because, again, even like myself, doing this here now on Black History Month, the first day of Black History, same thing. But you see more and more people talking about this, other times throwing out that, but it's normally like, oh, I forgot about that, here's this. But I'm kind of seeing that with all history now, the way things are going. I forgot about that, here's this. So, I get that, but I don't really see people arguing that it's not global history. I can see where people feel like it's left behind when it comes to American history, and that's kind of what I was saying, that until Black History Month, it's not really brought up or talked about or anything like that, unless it's, like I said, the big three. And then the fifth thing here, some black thinkers themselves have criticized it. Notably, figures like Morgan Freeman have said they dislike the idea of confining black history to a month, arguing it should be taught constantly, not seasonally. That I agree with. 100%. On this day, this happened. On this day, this happened. Trying to teach all of black history in a single month, it's crazy. It's crazy. It doesn't work. Again, you learn about the big three: Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and the other ones everybody else gets left behind. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think inherently it's bad. I don't think, not all people are being malicious about it. Some are, but not all people are being malicious about black history and being American history. And when I say black history, I'm talking about black Americans. I'm not talking about anything going in Africa or, that's part of global history. That's Africa's history. I'm talking about black American history, which is just American history. Because yes, we are black and in America, so we're part of that history. That's what I'm saying about that. My biggest gripe with that would be how to institutionalize that. Because, other than, like I said, the big three, depending on the school, who do you really learn about? The black dudes from the Olympics, bro fisted it up. That's even that is, you don't really, they go over it like briefly. That was a pivotal time. It was a fuck you to the Nazis. So, what was it? Am I thinking about a different one? No. I'll have to make a video about it. Was that in the 70s? I seem like an ignorant idiot right here. Messing up Black history. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. 1968. So not the Nazis. American sprinter Tommy Smith gold, John Carlos bronze, stood on the podium and raised their fist on the national anthem. Symbolized by power and resistance to racial oppression. So yeah, it was doing not. I forgot what happened then, but I think there was one then too. It wasn't the Black Power thing, but it was something else. But I don't think I'm gonna have to look that up. This was just doing for civil rights. Is what it was. Did you see? I'm not gonna let that one stand. But I will do another video about that because I think that's super interesting. Look that up. 1 second. Let me see something. Find this real quick. The video's gone on a little bit longer than I wanted to. Let's see. Germany. It's a propaganda tool. Push the myth of Aryan superiority. Oh yeah, see, it was a black guy. Jesse Owens, a black American athlete, won 4 gold medals. His victories directly undermined Nazi racial ideology. Owens became one of the most famous Olympians in history. And it's a myth that Hitler refused to shake Owens' hand. In reality, Hitler stopped greeting any athletes after the first day, but the symbolism still hit hard. Okay? So yeah. So both those things, 1968 and this was in 1936. 32 years apart. Again, that's American history that even I got mixed up because they're similar things. But we'll make videos about both of those as well, just for my own knowledge. But I'll try to weave in some other videos. But I at least want to do 1 video a day this month. I'll shoot for like 2 a week. Well, not 2 a week. 7 a week. 7 days a week. Maybe 8 a week. You know, try to sauce in a little funny video here and there. But yeah, I just want to talk about that because Black history is American history. Anybody who thinks it's not is a fool. Stop saying that. Again, this video was running on way longer than it was supposed to. It was only supposed to be like 15 minutes. I feel like I'm blabbling now. I'm searching up stuff, not really talking. Again, sorry about that little thing right here. It's been a little minute. Chair is comfortable. We got some videos coming. Again, I'm trying to do some serious videos, some funny videos. Um, do some black comedian too for Black History Month. Not just the same old history lesson stuff. I want to throw some fun stuff in there. Because again, Black history is American history. I've said that multiple times. But again, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe. Again, my name is Dre, life consultationer, trademark. Peace.